live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. Everyone that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody watch this on the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, first live stream into the off season. Going to be doing a lot of these this off season since we got an early off season. So no more post game streams. Now it's just getting into the off season and all those talks and all those conversations. So I just want to do a little fun chat, fun little conversation. Of course, hear all your opinions and stuff. So, we'll get in all the super chat questions, all the regular chat questions in a moment. But to kind of summarize this offseason, right? I really hope that the Lakers, Rob Pelinka says he knows the priorities, right? He said we need centers. Number one priority is working on the front court. He's right. It's number one priority. Also talked about how he wants to get some defensive perimeter wings, something that we need as well, right? Got to try to find athleticism, versatility, right? 3-and-D guys, whatever you can, right? Like Lakers have several key needs. I don't think it's as simple as like we get 2 centers and that's it. We're the best team in the league. I definitely think that helps. I definitely think that that'll go a long way. I definitely think that puts the Lakers in a good position. But I also think the Lakers need more than just, 2 centers. I think that Lakers probably need about 4 to 5 players. Right, really kind of several ends, get a couple perimeter guys, get a couple wings, as well as a couple centers and guys on the interior. This was something that I'm excited for. I'm looking forward to this offseason. I think that this is going to be a big offseason for the Lakers. I don't know if they'll be able to get everything this offseason, right? I hope, bare minimum, I hope that they get 2 centers and that's 1 wing, not 2, right? And then once we get to the trade deadline, end up picking up another 2, 3 guys, whatever. Because Lakers' value is the expiring contracts, right? Lakers have like $60 million in expiring contracts, but those will be more valuable come closer to the trade deadline. Once we get to the trade deadline, then I think that that's when they will be like, now we're really talking. Now we really have value. Right? You saw it with like the Dorian Finney-Smith trade is a great example, right? The Dorian Finney-Smith trade, we were able to get done over like a Memphis Grizzly team because we were able to have the expiring contracts. So the Nets valued the expiring contracts more than the potential first round pick. But I'm very excited to see how the Lakers approach this offseason, what they're able to get. There's tons of center options. My guess is they'll probably trade for a center and then sign one in free agency. So like trade for a Mark Williams, for example, just use him as an example. So I could see them trading for a Mark Williams and then signing like a Steven Adams or a Clint Capella or something along those lines. Those are kind of my guesses. But again, Lakers, they have a lot of work to do. Rob Pelinka's really got to buckle down, really got to work on figuring out ways, got to be creative, got to find creative ways, can you find a couple guys out there that are, can you find a couple diamonds in the rough, right? Like, can we, get a Cam Whitmore from, he's just basically, whittling away in Houston because they have like 15 perimeter guys. Can we get a guy like that? Athleticism, versatility, right? Like Lakers need to try to find these little pieces here and there, these little creative pieces here and there, to see if they can, again, maybe find that diamond in the rough, maybe find that guy that, oh, wow, this guy really has been great for us and we didn't expect it. But, we'll see. I do want to talk about all the games. We'll talk about all the games. But the first one I want to talk about is this Thunder Nuggets game. Man, that was a game. What a game, right? Like that was, the Thunder did everything they could to lose that game. That was just, it goes to show the experience, right? Which is one of the things that I thought would be the Lakers' advantage, right? With Luka and LeBron. Experience goes a long way. And you saw a team that was very experienced, very poised, down, late, pretty heavy. They were, even with 2 minutes left, they were down like 7 or 8. But they just kept tacking away, kept hitting shots, trust guys. Guys hit big shot after big shot after big shot. And next thing you know, it's like, here we are, right? Like it's and then all of a sudden, Chet Holmgren chokes at the free throw line, and Aaron Gordon, man, he has been fantastic for them this year. Like he has been ridiculous for the Nuggets this year. 3-point shooting and all of that. It's been quite the sight to see. But yeah, I mean, Aaron Gordon, huge three, and they stole that win. That was a game that the Thunder should have won, and they did it. And what's crazy is the Cavs lost game 1. The Celtics lost game 1. Now the Thunder lost game 1. So you had all three of the literally the three best teams in basketball during the regular season all lose game 1, all lose home court, right? It shows, man, like playoffs are not the regular season, man. You get these young teams like the Thunder. It was a great example. This was a great example of experience versus youth. A team that doesn't have the experience, that's making poor decisions, taking poor shots. SGA, there's still questions about him, come playoffs, right? Like I know he had 30 or whatever, but he did it. He wasn't like super efficient. Here, let me pull that up real quick. But point is, like, you get these young teams, and look, regular season is not the postseason, right? Like regular season, look at Houston even, right? Game 7, you saw the more experienced team be the more experienced team, but like SGA was 12 of 26, 2 of 6 from 3. He had 33 points, but again, wasn't like ultra efficient, wasn't getting to the foul line the way that he usually does. All of this, so again, it was you saw a youth versus experience route, and then same thing with teams like the Cavs, right? Like Pacers have been there. They went on a deep playoff run. They came, they brought that intensity. They knew what they needed to do to pull off that win, and they did it. So it was great to see. But anyway, like I said, just wanted to go over those things. This is going to be exciting playoffs. It's unfortunate our Lakers aren't there to be a part of it, but nonetheless, got a lot of off-season talk, a lot of things that we can dive into, discuss, talk about. So let's get in that. Let's answer all the super chat questions, all the regular chat questions. Real quick, hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me if you're not subscribed. And let's jump into the chat. Here we go. Let's play GTA 5. Well, you got to wait another year for GTA 6, so I don't blame you for that, right? They postponed that again. Wasn't GTA 6 supposed to come out in like 2013 or something like that? Right? Wasn't it originally supposed to do something like that? And then it ended up I think it's funny, but miss me, Tyler. What's going on? Aaron Gordon, Joker MVP. Joker single-handedly saved that game. And I mean, he was ridiculous. Didn't he have like 40 and 23 or something crazy like that? He was 15 of 29 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, including that huge 3 that ended up cutting it to 1. 22 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 42 points. Yeah, he had 42 and 6 with 22 rebounds. That dude is, oh my God, that guy is ridiculous. I mean, that guy's the best player in the league. Like it is not even close. But what a great game. What a great, performance. What a great just kind of battle that game was. And then, yeah, Aaron Gordon hit a huge shot. But appreciate you. And then admin coming out, $2 super chat. Let's play GTA 5. Oh, is my main account? Oops, sorry. Either way, I appreciate it nonetheless. And yeah, like I was telling you a minute ago, right? Like now you got to wait for GTA 6 because GTA 6 is got postponed again. Is that wasn't GTA 6 supposed to originally come out and wasn't it like 2013 or something like that? And then it ended up getting postponed, and now it's been like 20 years and still no GTA 6. So, but I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chats. Seriously, thank you. It's very kind. And let's get in the regular chat. So some more super chats start trickling in here. But yeah, it was a great game by to kind of end on your previous super chat. It was a great game by the Nuggets. Man, what a way to what a way to handle business. But yeah. Anyway, let's get into the regular chats. More super chats trickle in. Gaming. What's going on, pal? Priority number one, get a center. Yes. Priority number 2, get a center. You're not wrong. Priority number 100, get a center. Rob cannot leave the offseason without one. If he does, he needs to be fired ASAP. Yeah, you got to get, in my opinion, the Lakers got to get 2 centers. You have to get 2 centers. You have to get a clear-cut starting level center, and then you have to get a quality backup. You need somebody that you can trust that's not Jackson Hayes. I hope personally, what I think will happen is, like I said, I think the Lakers will end up trading for a center more likely than not. I think they'll probably revisit the Mark Williams trade. I think they'll revisit a couple things. They need to get that center for trade, and then go and sign that backup center, Clint Capella, Steven Adams, right? Any of these guys that can kind of come in and kind of fill the hole. There's a couple other guys, but I also don't want, like, I've seen people, what about Yabusele and, some of these other guys? Like, I want size, right? Like, we have a bunch of 6'8" guys. We don't need another 6'8" guy. We need a legit 7-footer that can come in, bang with the big boys, right? Like, something I talked about in the Steven Adams video I made earlier, right, is, like, I want multiple centers. Like, think of the 2020 roster. You have the skilled big in Anthony Davis. Obviously, we're not going to be able to replace Anthony Davis, but can you get a skilled big, like a Mark Williams, who can, score the basketball on his own? He doesn't need setup. Dump the ball down to him. He can knock down a little 15-footer, right? He's a skilled big. You can do a little bit of everything. And then go get that Clint Capella. Go get that Steven Adams. Go get that guy that has just the physical size, that can bang with the big boys and do the dirty work, right? Like, need a guy like that. And then if you want to keep a Jackson Hayes and have him be like our JaVale McGee type, then fine. Floor running big, chase down loose balls, so on and so forth. Like, stuff like that, fine. I'm all for it. Get something like that. But I think we need a couple centers. Need a center and a 2-way shooting guard. Yes. We need 2-way guys, period. Lakers are very limited on just the 2-way guys that they have. They definitely need to try to get a 2-way or 2. Like I said, I'm curious to see how much the Lakers are able to get this offseason, because I think more likely than not, you're probably, I can see the Lakers trading for a center and then signing 2, maybe 3 guys in free agency. But I think a lot of it is probably come the trade deadline, because they have, like I said, $60 million in expiring contracts. And that, yes, I do think that will have some value, in the offseason, but where it'll really have value is come the trade deadline, when teams are like, hey, like, let's get off of these guys. Let's get off of this guy. Let's get off of that guy. Lakers have Rui for $17 million. They have this guy for, $11 million. And that's kind of what I think. That's kind of where I'm at with that. Let's see. Trade Austin for an elite 3-and-D guard if you have to. I wouldn't mind that. Like, so thing that I've talked about with Austin Reaves, like, if you're going to trade Austin Reaves, like, you can't just, like, as down as we are on Austin Reaves, and look, I've been critical of Austin Reaves, right? But you can't just trade Austin Reaves just to trade Austin Reaves. I still, like, Austin Reaves is still a good player. He just had his struggles. There are questions about him in the playoffs with the physicality and stuff like that. But he is one of our best valuable trade chips. So you can't just trade him just to trade him. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean to me that you need a superstar. It doesn't mean like you're trading Giannis, for Austin, like, because realistically, it's probably not happening. But can you package him and whatever else for a tier guy? Or can you trade him for a clear-cut 3-and-D guy, right? Like, I've talked about, can you get a Dyson Daniels? I think that's unlikely, but can you get a Dyson Daniels? Can you get a, maybe like a Jalen Suggs? Orlando really could use Austin Reaves' shot creation and playmaking and scoring, right? Maybe you could work something out to where you get a Jalen Suggs, right? Especially now that they have KCP and stuff like that, right? Like, that would be great. That would be ideal. Talk about one of the best on-ball defensive guards. I think he's like 38%, something like that, 39% from 3-point range, something like that. or Herb Jones, like a legit sizable, versatile wing that can slot in and play the two alongside Luka. So you have Luka, let's just use Suggs as an example, Jalen Suggs. Then if you can can you get a Nickeil Alexander Walker, right? Boom. Now you got a Nickeil Alexander Walker. Let's say you traded for Mark Williams, and then you have LeBron James. Now you just have a more balanced, favorable, championship caliber 5-man rotation. Because now you have Luka, you have Jalen Suggs, who's like a legit two-way guy. You have Nickeil Alexander Walker, legit two-way guy, and then LeBron James and a Mark Williams. It's just much better. Then can you go sign a Gary Trent and a Kevin Porter Jr.? Can you take them from Milwaukee, like things like that? I have a video that I already recorded. I gotta upload it and stuff, but I don't hate the idea. So like the Houston Rockets are gonna try to trade for Giannis. I don't know if Giannis is really gonna leave. Then there's talks about Kevin Durant. They might trade for Kevin Durant, but like depending on what ends up giving up, or if they miss out on Kevin Durant, I wouldn't mind dangling Austin Reaves because they just need guys that can score and self-create. Can you dangle Austin Reaves for like a Cam Whitmore and like Jabari Smith Jr.? Right? Something like that, where it's like because again, with Amen Thompson's emergence and then Tari Eason, right? Like Jabari Smith Jr. is probably not seeing the court, if ever. He's probably not going to he's not probably never starting, right? And then Cam Whitmore's just rotting away, right? Like if you could maybe do something like that, now you got two young guys that are athletic, versatile, could play multiple positions. Like I wouldn't mind trying to turn Reaves into something like that, right? Like talk to an Orlando, talk to a Houston, these teams that have an abundance of what we need, that you can turn, that need a guy like an Austin Reaves and you can maybe turn Austin Reaves into one of those guys. I think that would be great. But what about Quentin Grimes? I would love Quentin Grimes. Problem is he's probably getting paid. I mean, he had such a good season, especially after the trade. I like, he's probably out of our price range, if I'm being honest, but yes, I did. I watched that. I was going to do the live stream earlier, and then I got caught up in the game. And then I was like, oh, man. So, yeah, Aaron Gordon, what a game. Yes, what a game, what a game, what a game. It was fantastic. What do you think about Capella for the taxpayer? I love Adams, but I think he'll be out of our price range unless Braun takes pay cut. I mean, the thing about Steven Adams is like Capella could probably start on some teams, right? Like Steven Adams has to be a backup, right? Like with all the injury history, as well as like last few seasons, he starts getting gassed. Like you'll see him start to wear down and get a little gassed. Part of that could be just, because I mean the guy's a tank, but you get a lot of injuries. You're not able to condition the way that you usually would. I don't know how much Steven Adams might be a guy that makes $15 million a year on the right team, or be a guy that makes the taxpayer mid-level on a team. I mean, he's not old, but he's not young, right? He's on the wrong side of 30, but he's not like where like it's the danger zone in 30. So I don't know. I don't like, I'm fine with Clint Capella. He's still one of the best offensive rebounders, still can block shots, right? Is that lob threat that you want alongside Luka. Like if you told me we got Clint Capella for the mid-level exception or taxpayer mid-level exception, I'd be all for it. So yeah, I am not against it at all. If you could, would you trade Reaves for Zubac? Yes. Yes. I mean, Ivica Zubac was like the best rebounder in basketball today or this season. Big physical presence, right? Bang with Jokic. He held his own against Jokic. Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat. The Cavs, Mavs, Davs, Pacers in 5, Boston, lost in Boston, New York in 5, OKC, KFC, UFC, Denver in 5. Yeah. Lakers would never survive the second round, bunch of frauds. I mean, I'm not going to lie, watching Denver and watching OKC, you're kind of like, yeah, Lakers are probably getting smacked by either of these teams. But, you never know until you're actually in the thick of it, right? Like, especially if the Lakers had like figured some stuff out, had some size. But yeah, the chances of them winning a championship was very slim. Aaron Gordon might end up being a Hall of Famer. I think there's an argument. I mean, there's guys that are worse that have been in the Hall of Fame that have actually done less. Like Aaron Gordon's a champion guy, all-star. Like the guy's changed his game to be one of the premier 3-and-D guys in the league. Like, yeah. Hey, as it stands, how upset would you be if our Lakers do nothing again in the offseason? I would be furious. If they did nothing, like, yeah. Like if they do nothing, that's a fireable offense. Right. And look, I've been very defensive of Rob Pelinka. You can't do nothing. You have to do something. Right. Like at least you gotta at least get, one or two free agents and then a center. Right. Like even if it's just one center for right now, and then you're trying to work on one at the trade deadline, fine. But like, I mean, you have like to do, if you did nothing, yeah, that would be terrible. Let's see. Look at Lakers Nation's traders, teams, Mavericks and Bulls, Crawford, Christie trade. Let's see. Lakers need to get rid of the James family. They're fine. Also, did you see Luka is fully committed to the Lakers? Yes. I have a video for that in the morning. So that'll be the first video on this channel that gets posted in the morning. But I love to see that. But Luka needs to keep the knife down on Rob to keep him under pressure so he doesn't slack off and think he's off the hook. I'm not really worried about Rob playing, and especially now that Genie, or at least on paper, we'll see if this actually happens, but we'll see it. Like now that Rob actually gets, because you got to keep in mind, like one of the things that I've talked about, Rob has done a trade every year except for last year, not this previous year, last year, right? And that's because he said there was nothing, which I believe him, because again, he's done a trade every year, right? Like he's made moves every year, right? So now that Genie's like out of the way and not going to veto everything, I trust him to get something done. Is it enough to win us a championship? That I don't know. We'll see. But to have him actually get some stuff done, yes. 100%. Tyler, agree with you. I love Reaves, but Dyson Daniels would help the Lake Show a lot. Yeah. Like, again, if I look, I've been very critical of Reaves, but I believe I'm fair. I believe I'm fair on the Reaves criticism, right? But I think if you again, at the end of the day, you need fit, right? You need complementary pieces around the Lakers, right? A lot of like Reaves fans, which I appreciate you being like, hey, this is true. This would help a lot, because a lot of people want to trade Reaves for Giannis, right? I do too, but it's realistically probably not going to happen, right? Never say never. Obviously, Luka trade, but realistically probably not going to happen, right? Now, if you could package Reaves in a deal to get like a higher tier guy, not a Giannis, but like just a higher tier guy, then fine, right? But I think if we're talking realistically, right, if you can get like a Dyson Daniels, like I said, a Jalen Suggs, if you can get a Herb Jones, right? Yes, you could argue Reaves is better than all those guys or whatever, but it's about the fit. It's about what they bring to this team alongside Luka and LeBron. And a guy like a Dyson Daniels or a Jalen Suggs are one younger. Like even Jalen Suggs, I think, is 23. So they're younger, but they're exactly what this team needs: athleticism, defense, shooting. Right? Like, yeah, it's not always about, if it was just names on the back of jerseys, then the Phoenix Suns would be getting ready to win their second straight championship, right? Or the Lakers with Westbrook would have won 3 championships, or, Steve Nash, Kobe Bryant, Metta World Peace, Pau Gasol, and Dwight Howard would have won 5 championships, right? It's not that simple. You need to put, the pieces have to fit, right? Everything has to fit. And Lakers need balance. So if you can turn Reaves either into, like, I don't want to trade Reaves for like a Colin Sexton, like that's redundant. It's pointless. But if you can get a clear cut, like, hey, this is a better fit, right? then I think you do it. I don't think it has to be a star. Let's see. And people say LeBron off the team are losers. Without LeBron, this team is not very good. LeBron is one of the main reasons we didn't lose by 40 every game. LeBron's fine. LeBron is fine. People just hate LeBron, so they just want to talk about getting rid of LeBron. AR and a swap for Trey Murphy III. I would, again, that's something I wouldn't hate. I wouldn't hate something like that. I would try to do it just for AR first. Try to be like, hey, Trey Murphy injury history, like, I would try. And Murphy, isn't Trey Murphy older? Right? Isn't Trey Murphy like the same age? Let's see. How old is Trey Murphy? If I'm not mistaken, isn't he like 26, 27? Oh, no, he's 24. Okay, so he is a little younger. Is it Herb Jones? Isn't one of them like 27? Herb Jones is 26. So he's the one that's 26. I knew one of them where it's like 25, 26. I don't know. I would try to do it without the swap, but if I had to give up a swap, I would probably do it. But DK Rui a first and a swap for Bam before he huge contract kicks in. Get Na with the mid-level exception. Get Capella with the non-taxpayer mid-level. And a guard like Trey Jones or Tyus Jones. Problem is, I don't think that'd be enough to get Bam. I would love Bam. I would. If the Lakers get Bam, that'd be fantastic. But I don't know if like DK Rui a first and a swap is enough to get Bam, right? Because I just think that they're like, if Bam does become available, I think that there are teams that would give more for him than that. I mean, if you could do it, absolutely. If you get Bam, you get Bam. He's not like the big physical center, but he's good enough to where you can justify it. Let's see. How do you feel about the Nuggets winning today? I mean, like, obviously the Mike Malone's gone, so I don't really like the Nuggets players weren't the ones that were talking mess. It was Mike Malone. I mean, look, I'm indifferent. Like I don't really care. Like I don't really have a dog in this fight. As long as Boston doesn't win again, I don't really care. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna lie. I want the Nuggets to win the series because I want to see what OKC does. Right? Like, I think there is a version where OKC loses in the second round and panics and ends up going all in for Giannis or going all in for KD or something like that. And there goes any chance of them winning. Like, maybe Giannis would be, well, Giannis and SGA would be pretty tough. But, like, I think there is a version where if they lose in the second round, they essentially tear it down, like, to an extent. Like, I don't think they're going to tear it down to the studs, but I think they go and make a huge trade. That's like, you probably shouldn't have done that, right? Like, because that's the thing. Like, we've seen this before, right? With the Thunder, where, like, all you had to do was stay to the course and you would have won 2, 3, 4 championships, but they didn't. Right? They started losing and then they didn't want to pay Harden. They didn't want to do all this. And it's just like, if you just stay the course, right? So I do think that there is a version of this where if they lose, or if, like, especially if they lose in, like, say 5 or 6 to the Nuggets, I think that they panic and they go make some hasty decision that's like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Luka, Trey Murphy, LeBron, Dorian Finney-Smith, Bam, bench, Trey or Tyus, a shooter there, Vando, and Capella. Yeah, I wouldn't mind something like that. Let's see. If we're being real, outside of Braun and Luka, Wolves are more experienced if compared to the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah, I mean, they have kind of been there, right? They went to conference finals last year. So they had some experience, but I was thinking more like the fourth quarter, games are tight. Who's gonna make the plays? maybe Luke Kennard. I wouldn't mind a Luke Kennard. Price is everything with him. What like that's the thing. Like Luke Kennard's one of those weird guys where like I could see a team paying him like 18 million because they're just like, oh, we really need a shooter. But I could also see his market being like a vet minimum because he does nothing else but shoot. Which NBA teams do you think will trade with our Lakers? I mean, I think any team will trade with the Lakers if they can fleece them. You know what I mean? Like, I think, like price is everything. But I think realistically, like, it's tough because, like, you never know what another team is thinking. And teams know, like, no team wants to be the team that helps the Lakers win another championship, right? Like, no one wants to be the team that, like, oh man, we made this move and now the Lakers are winning, right? Like, but I as much as Charlotte talked a bunch of mess, I think Charlotte would still entertain because they really like DK, and I don't think that they're super sold on Mark Williams, so I could see them looking to unload him. I think it also depends on like teams that are willing to kind of change things up. Like what team gets into this offseason? Like ask me that question in like August, and I'll probably have a better answer because I think we'll have a couple teams that you're going to hear make a decision one way or another that are like, okay, like we're going to start tearing some stuff down, right? Like I think the Nets, right? Nick Claxton, I think is an option, right? I think there's a couple guys. Let's see. Do you think Claxton and Johnson are viable options? So, first off, what's up, buddy? Long time no see. How you been? Secondly, yes, I actually do. I think I was just mentioning the Nets. Johnson, I think, is a little tough, if I'm being honest. I think Cam Johnson, I think that there are several teams that might just go, you know what, we really need a guy like him, or they were a little reluctant at the trade deadline. Nick Claxton for sure. I think the Lakers could get. I think they might be able to get Claxton pretty cheap too. Because I think that they're going to want to try to. The Nets are going to try to tear it. Like if the Nets get Giannis, I don't know what they're going to do, right? Like, but if they end up not getting Giannis, because if they trade Giannis, then they're gonna. If they trade for Giannis, then they're probably trading Claxton and Cam Johnson to get Giannis to like match salaries and stuff like that. But if they don't get Giannis, I think they just rebuild. I think they just tear it down to the studs, right? So I think you'll probably get Claxton for pretty cheap because I don't think there's going to be a lot of teams that need Claxton. And Cam Johnson is the one that I think is tough. But are they viable options? Yes, right? I just think it's how much is a team willing to pay for Cam Johnson, right? Like if you're the Lakers, can Dalton connect? Like, I wouldn't mind trade. Like, honestly, if you told me we got Nick Claxton and Cam Johnson, I would trade Reaves for that, right? Like, can we do like Reaves? Because what? Cam Johnson's, what is he, 23 million next year or something like that off the top of my head? And then Claxton, I think his contract declined. So let's call it like 45 million to be safe, right? Could you do something like Rui Reaves? And the Nets love expiring contracts, which is good because the Lakers have a ton of it. Could you do like Rui Reaves? That gets you 29 million. Like Maxi Kleba. What is that? That's 40 million. Dalton Connect. And then like a Shake Milton back to them because he's on a non-guaranteed. So they could just waive him. And like, I don't know, like a first and a swap or something like that. Or no, if trading Reaves, I'd probably want to keep the swap, but like I would do that, right? Like, or a version of that. I probably have to like really think that through, but yeah, like again, I'm trying to like build this trade off the top of my head, but something like that, like a structure like that. Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat because that gets you a legit 3-and-D wing. That's exactly what you need alongside LeBron and Luka, and you get that lob threat center, and you still have flexibility to do other things. I would do that in a heartbeat. But appreciate you, though. Who has a better chance at beating Celtics, Tyler? OKC or the Nuggets? OKC matches up better against the Celtics, but I would trust the Nuggets more to beat Celtics. Like, I think the Nuggets, because again, like Nuggets have been there, done that. Like, I trust the Nuggets more. Honestly. Let's see. I mean, they might not make the finals. It's hard to go back to back. A GTA 6 pre-order button would be cool to get that right now. Yeah. Let's see. GTA 6. Yeah. I'm not giving Nuggets any praise, Tyler. I'm salty. Hey, look, I get it. I ain't mad at Chad at all. I just, like I said, I really want to see. I want to see what the Thunder do if they lose this series, especially if they lose this series in like a dominant fashion. Right. Bam, Kessler, Turner, Claxton, Mark Williams via trade. Yeah, I'd be all for any of those guys. You probably have the thing about Turner though. You got to keep in mind you probably got to sign and trade, which would hard cap the Lakers. So that might make things a little more difficult. Nuggets after beating the Lakers twice in the playoffs doesn't make me like them. I get that 100%. Believe me. Hey, what's going on? Capella or Adams or free agents? Yes. No, thank you. No, Mark Williams. I don't mind Mark Williams. Okay. If the injury concerns are valid, right, and it wasn't just the Lakers getting cold feet, then yes, the Lakers, that was a great overpay, right? But if you can get him, like let's say you did Dalton Connect and a pick swap for Mark Williams, like the risk is worth the reward at that point. Because he's already a 20-10 guy, and that's without Luka. Luka probably makes him like a bona fide 20-10 guy, if not more. Skilled center, do multiple things. But that's why you got to get another, like you got to have like a Capella or an Adams or something like that, right? Like, look, I think what'll happen, and again, I don't know, I'm just guessing, but I think what'll happen is the Lakers will touch base with Charlotte again. I think that they'll give Mark Williams another physical. If he passes that physical, I think they'll pull off the trade. Sign Nah for the mid-level exception. Yeah. I would love we get Nah. I don't know, like, problem. My only concern with Nah, I really want Nickeil Alexander-Walker, but I'm worried that a team's going to come in and, like, pay him pretty hefty. Because he was really good this year. And he's been really good in the playoffs. Mark Williams, Clint Capella, Nah. And in a perfect world, Jalen Suggs or Dyson Daniels. I agree, Tyler. Yep. Right there with you. Get a combo guard to be a spark plug off the bench. Yeah, like I wouldn't mind. Like I said, can you get a Gary Trent Jr. and like Kevin Porter Jr., right? Two guys that can go get you 20 to 30 on a random night off the bench. I would love something like that. If you could pull that off. Both guys should probably be cheap. Claxton and Goga. Yes, I wouldn't mind something like that. Bam Capella, Nah, and trade for, and maybe Trey or Tyus Jones. Yeah. Chris Paul. I wouldn't hate Chris Paul off the bench, right? Like if you trade Austin Reaves, then yes. If you don't trade Austin Reaves, then I think you move Reaves to 6-man, and then you don't have a need for Chris Paul. But I wouldn't hate that. Like because Chris Paul played all 82 games for the Spurs as a starter. So I think that's like value, and he was good. Like he was really good this year, right? Like in a 6-man role off the bench, like not like a 6-man role, but like your lead guard off the bench. He has experience. He can do things out there. Like I wouldn't hate it. Nuggets winning is giving me PTSD and making me hot and bothered. I feel it, dude. Especially the way they won. It was like exactly the Lakers. Let's see. I don't know, Tyler. I'm having mixed feelings because Reaves will get better, and he is the greatest player of all time. Look, can Reaves get better? Yeah, of course, right? Like, I don't ever want to put a cap on Reaves, but I just even if he does get better, like let's say he, like the production he gave you in the regular season, he gives you in the playoffs, right? Would the Lakers be better? Yes, but I don't know if that's the fit. Also, Austin Reaves is going to get paid after this year, right? Like, and is Reaves and Luka the guys you want for now in the future? Probably not, right? Like, I don't know if you can win with them in the backcourt, right? Like, if Reaves is willing to accept a sixth man role, fine, right? But I don't think he will, and I don't think he should, right? Because he is good enough to start in some places. Like, if the Lakers had, uh, an SGA or something like that instead of Luka, then I do think Reaves would make more sense. But I don't think you can have Luka and Reaves in your backcourt and expect to win a championship. I mean, can it happen? Sure, right? If you have the complementary pieces around them, but it's just so tough because again, you have such a liability on the defensive end. Let's see. Rondo has been solid for the Spurs. That's a good one. Austin is worth 2 first-round picks. I think so. I think, look, I think even with his poor performance, I think teams would trade for him. Like, I think you could get a nice return for him. Like, I mean, you're not wrong. I don't like Reeves is probably not going to get traded, but I do think that it's something that you explore. I think you at least see. Here's the thing: Lakers. I don't think the Lakers would have listened to an Austin Reeves trade. I think now they might. Right? Like if you're the Lakers, I think now you have to listen. That doesn't mean you have to make the trade, but I think now, like this time last year, Lakers are handing up the phone if anyone's calling about Austin Reeves. But now I think you're at least listening and going like, okay, like so. Let's see. It's time to discuss the strategy of fouling to prevent a 3-point shot as a way to close out a game. By doing so, they gave Denver a chance. OKC banked on hitting their free throws and failed. If it had worked, it would have been an all-time chess style move, but it fails. It looks stupid in hindsight. So the idea was a chess move. They failed to execute, right? So it's like they were trying to play chess, but they made a poor move that put them in checkmate, right? Like the problem wasn't them fouling up 3 and trusting the free throw. It was fouling immediately, right? So like Jokic was expecting the foul. So you saw him just throw it up, but Alex Caruso fouled immediately, right? Like let him kill a couple seconds. Like let him take 2-3 steps to the foul line and then foul him, right? Or something like that. Like the problem is like they were so hasty. Aaron Gordon has the ball at OKC's free throw line. He's not shooting a 3 from there. Why are you fouling him immediately? Let him cross half court or trap him or something. Like do something before you commit the foul, right? Like the problem is that like they didn't kill any clock, right? The Denver Nuggets had no timeouts, and instead of letting them kill 4 seconds off the clock, getting the ball up half court, you foul them at basically your free throw line. Like, and there's still 9 seconds left. That was enough time for them to get down the court, get a shot, and win the game. They didn't need, like, the problem was they just didn't kill any time, right? So it was like the idea and concept was fine, but it was just poorly executed, right? They just executed it as bad as you possibly could have. And it didn't help that Chet choked. Not one, but both free throws. Although you could argue Aaron Gordon hit the 3, so it wouldn't matter either way, but still. But it's just, again, like, that's the thing. Like they made a they just went about it wrong. And it killed them. It beat them, right? As soon as Chet missed that first free throw, I wish it was live streaming, but I was like, dude, this game, they just lost this game. Right? Like, because if they went into overtime or anything, I think that they would have lost the game. But it's that veteran experience, right? Like, because again, most like a veteran team wouldn't have fouled so quickly. The veteran team, veteran coach, all of that stuff would have made sure that, hey, make sure, yeah, foul them, but foul them as at the last second that you can, right? Like, don't foul them when, as soon as they touch the basketball on the other, like if Aaron Gordon wants to take a 3/4 court shot, then let him do it, right? Like, it was just foolishness. It really was. It was foolishness. But anyway, let's get into the next comment. Oh, shoot, why did it refresh? Sorry, give me a second. There we go. Suggs makes a ton of money. Did he get the extension yet? Isn't he only making $9 million? Or or did he already get the extension? Let me see. All right, here we go. Cap hit 2024-2025 was 9.1 million. Did he already sign the extension? Rookie extension, upcoming extension. Jalen Suggs signed a 5-year. Yeah, 150 million. You're right. He's making 30. His contract goes down every year, though. That's good. He's making 35 million. 35, 32, 29, 26, 26. Damn. Yeah, that's a little rough. Because you wouldn't be able to just trade. If you could get like other things, if you could work it out, I don't know. I'm sure that there's wiggle room somehow, some way, but Tyler shows some anger. Let it out. It's okay. Like I said, I mean, it's game one. I'm not like worried about it either way. Like I said, as long as Celtics will win, Benedict Mathurin and a first for us Reaves, I wouldn't mind something like that. I think Mathurin could be great. Like, Mathurin has these moments, and he's still young. Isn't he like, what is he? Isn't he like 22? I know he's like young, but he is Mathurin. He is what? He's 20. Yeah, he's 22. Benedict Mathurin, though, like, he's a bucket getter for sure. Play some defense. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. If you could, especially if you can get an asset in the deal. If you get a pick or something in the deal, I would do that without a doubt. LeBron will take a discount if Lakers do their job. LeBron has $1 billion in the bank. Yeah, like, that's my thing. I think LeBron will take a discount if it's worth it. Right? LeBron's not going to take a discount just out of the kindness of his heart. But if the Lakers can find, like, if the Lakers are like, hey, here's, we can get whatever, just an example, Miles Turner, if you take 20 million less, right, then I think he would be like, okay, let's do it, right? Like, so I think it just depends. Best case scenario, Bam, Rui, DK plus first and a swap, Troy Murphy third, or Herb, AR, and a swap. Sign for the mid-level exception, sign Capella for non-taxpayer, and get a combo guard trade. Yeah, I would love something like KPJ. Yeah, Kevin Porter Jr. I don't hate the idea of Kevin Porter Jr. We should try to trade for Hayward Neesmith. I wouldn't mind, or Hayward Highsmith. Neesmith, I'm thinking of the Pacers because they're saying I wouldn't mind Highsmith, especially like if you could pull something out. Like I said, you need to find these teams that have like these young athletes, right? Like, let's see. They're not giving us Jabari for Reaves. I don't know. I wouldn't say no, right? Like, they need a guy like Reaves, and Houston, Jabari Smith isn't. I mean, he has the potential. He's just young, but he's not like this stud. Like, he's a guy that has the potential. So you're getting a guy now as opposed to a guy for potential. I don't know. They might. I wouldn't be shocked if they do something like that. They better be getting Tari or Jabari. They wouldn't do it. Yeah, exactly. Tari, I don't think they would trade, right? Tari's like becoming like a legit two-way guy. But that's why, like, Jabari Smith, like, he's probably never seen the basketball court, right? Like as a starter. So like, at some point, they're going to have to make some decisions. Like, and Jalen Green isn't it for them, right? Like, I think that that's something that they could look to. I do. I think that Jabari Smith, I think they would trade Jabari Smith. I really do. Um, I don't, but look, like I said in that same mention, the only way I think that they do it is that they miss out on Giannis and KD. Like because if they trade for KD, then they're probably trading Jabari and whatever else, right? But if they end up missing out on KD and, like if OKC loses and they're like, all right, let's just go get KD, then I think that's where I think AR now can become an option. Would you like Tari Eason or KCP on the Lakers? Tyler, KCP is making too much, unfortunately. Tari Eason, he's younger. I just think the upside and potential is better. He's longer, he's bigger. He's like what, 6'8". Tari, I'd trade Reaves in a first to get Tari Eason. Because he's young, he's athletic, like he's already becoming like a legit two-way guy. Yeah, if you could get Tari Eason, I would do that in a heartbeat. I don't think that they trade Tari Eason, though. He's 23. Maybe in like a Giannis trade, but outside of that, like they're not trading that for Austin Reaves. How good do you think our Lakers would have been if we gotten Clay? I think we would have been better, but I don't think we would have been like that much better. Like I don't think like Clay. Maybe win a game or two more, but like Klay Thompson isn't who he used to be. He's still good. Don't get me wrong. Like I would love to have Clay on the roster. I don't think he's worth the money that he got though. Like would we be better? Sure, but I don't think we'd be like, oh, that's it. Lakers winning the championship with Clay. Personally. Capella is more of a lob threat than Adams and still has offensive rebounding aspects. Yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't mind a Capella at all. Steven Adams, I just like Steven Adams' size and strength. And Steven Adams might be the best offensive rebounder in basketball. But Clint Capella's up there. Clint Capella is really good. I wouldn't be mad at KCP. We have to go for a lower price guy yet. Realistic options: Capella, Gafford, Jason Collins. I think you mean John Collins, or Steven Adams, or Portis plus a backup point guard. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Like I would still call the Utah Jazz. Try to see if you can get Kessler and John Collins. But John Collins, what I would love to see, would John Collins opt out and be willing to sign like a longer term deal? Maybe. I think Day'Ron Sharpe utilized well. He can be Adams though. I wouldn't mind Day'Ron Sharpe. So he's a restricted free agent. So I think it just depends on like how much you can get him for, and you're not going to sign and trade for him. So like the only way I see Day'Ron Sharpe being a Laker is if Lakers make whatever a $5 million offer, and the Nets are like, all right, like but at that point I think that they would sign him because you're not going to hard cap yourself for Day'Ron Sharpe. I like Cam Whitmore. He can be better. Reaves. I like Cam Whitmore a lot too. Lakers should have probably drafted him. Look, he's a hyper athlete with star potential, star upside. He's 20 years old, right? Like, I think that there's like legit potential there. Yeah, Zubat did a really good job. Do you think the Nuggets winning or losing affects the Celtics more? Because at the end of the day, we don't want winning. I think Nuggets winning. Boston's got to get through this round first, but like I said, I trust the Nuggets to beat them more than the Thunder. Right? Like I could see the Thunder being that team that like gets there and they just kind of choke it off. Luka, Trey, or Herb, LeBron, Dorian Finney-Smith, Bam, Claxton, or Kessler, bench, KPJ, Trey Jones, Kennard, Vando, Capella. Yeah, something like that would be awesome. Athletic and stronger than Reaves, yes. Good athlete, good size, good everything. They're bringing at least two bigs. I think so too. I think he does too. We need an Aaron Gordon type player. Every team in the league needs an Aaron Gordon type player. That guy's been fantastic. Precious Achua should be signed. I don't think he leaves the Knicks and Tibbs, but even then, like I don't like My problem is Precious Chua. We have plenty of like 6'8" guys. Precious Chua is like 6'8". Like we need real centers, right? Like don't get me wrong, Precious. I like him, hustle guy, right? Like the guy is a baller, right? Without a doubt, he is a basketball player. He's the kind of guy that you want out there on the basketball court. But I want to see the Lakers get legit. Like we have a bunch of 6'8" guys. I want to see the Lakers get real sizable players. Obi Toppin, I wouldn't mind Obi Toppin as like, like a bench option, but the Braun hate is so forced, man. It is. It is. Let's see. Sorry, trying to find some meat. Tyler, you get a chance to look up Joey Diaz. You gotta do something. Lakers gotta do something. Tyler, when you get a chance to look up, I know who Joey Diaz is, the comedian. Yeah. I definitely know who Joey Diaz is. Lakers got to do something. Tyler calms us down. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. People love scapegoating Rob like we would have had Buddy and Turner. I just like when fans resort to that stuff. Problem is most fans don't take the time to actually like look into stuff. They just see the surface level stuff and go like, "Oh, look, he's terrible," but don't understand that like Rob Pelinka has done like 5 trades that have been vetoed that Lakers probably have another championship had those trades gone through, which would have helped a ton. I doubt the Lakers trade Reaves or even take him out of the starting lineup. I doubt they do too, which is frustrating. Let's go Dodgers. Yeah, facts. Big facts. They're our only hope. That's why Gafford is the best option. I wouldn't mind Gafford at all. Call your buddy Nico. Tyler, does the Nuggets winning affect your day? Because the Celtics win, they would be up 2 championships on the Lakers. Nuggets winning, no, don't affect my day. Celtics winning, yes. Nuggets, like I said, Mike Malone's gone, so I don't really care as much as I used to, right? Like the players weren't the ones that were talking all that mess. It was the coach, and karma came around. As much as I love Reaves, I would trade him in a heartbeat for Daniels or Zoo. None of those would happen, but if it's a possibility, do it. I love AR, but I'm not delusional like some fans. He was awful yet. Let's see what else. Trade Rui and Connect for Jason Collins. I think you mean John Collins. My problem is I'd rather him opt out and sign a new deal. Like I would love John Collins. So originally I didn't like the idea of John Collins like this time last year, but watching him play this season and just the progress and I'm saying I changed my tune, right? Originally I was like, John Collins, like I wouldn't have hated it, but it wasn't something that I was like, yeah, you should do. But like the more that I thought about it, the more that like I looked and watched John Collins play this past year in particular, and now that we got Luka, the more I'm like, man, John Collins, I think would be so good on this team, right? His lob threat ability, as well as his ability to knock down the 3 ball with consistency. Man. Oh, I just skipped a comment. Sorry. Trade Reaves for Dillon Brooks. So I wouldn't trade Reaves for Dillon Brooks, but I wouldn't hate Dillon Brooks. Problem is Dillon Brooks making like 22 million or something like that. I know Dillon Brooks and LeBron have, not the best history together, but like LeBron's played with several, what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? Why am I blanking on his name? The guy that was blown in his ear. Why am I blanking on his name? But anyway, I think LeBron wouldn't care. Like Dillon Brooks is actually exactly the kind of player the Lakers need. Toughness, play some defense, hit the 3 ball. Lance Stevenson. There you go. Thank you, Typod. Lance Stevenson. I knew it started with an S. I just couldn't think of the name. You guys overrate Reaves' value. I'm not giving up any of those guys for him if I'm the GM. I don't know. I think there's teams that value him higher than we think. Like, I don't think like people think like there's some people that definitely overvalue Reaves. Like I get comments all the time from people that are like trade Austin Reaves for Giannis straight up, and I'm like, yeah, that ain't happening, right? But I do think like you're talking about like other role guys. Like there's teams that and needs. Like some of these teams have the need for an Austin Reaves. So they're getting a value player. They're getting like I think like if you traded Reaves on the open market for picks, I do think you'd probably get 2 firsts for Reaves. Like so it basically boils down to like, okay, some of these players, like which player would be equivalent? Guy who slips under the radar and be a diamond in the rough. I'd really like to push for Gary Trent. He can be a bucket. Yes, Gary Trent. So it's funny. I have a video already recorded. I got to upload about Gary Trent and Kevin Porter Jr. because I do think both of those guys make a ton of sense. What would you say Kessler's value is? Like fair value. Like I think he's like given the lack of centers that do what he does. I think 2 firsts is fair, but they want like an insane amount for him. Like I think like a first and a protected first, I think would be fair for him. Like I even said this last year, like or this past year. If we could turn Austin Reaves into Kessler, I would do that immediately. Like if we could just swap Reaves for Kessler, I would do that like tomorrow. But I think given Kessler's age, how good he was this year, particularly defensively, I mean, he was statistically like the best defensive big in all of basketball. So I think there's teams out there that probably give up 2 firsts for him. Tyler, if the Knicks take another game in Boston, then you won't have to worry. Yeah, if they win game 2, I think they win that series. I really do. So funny seeing all these like LeBron people. Tyler, we think alike. Great minds think alike. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And yes, great minds do think alike. That is facts. Come on, this is working. Tyler, you made me feel better, Tyler, because we thought alike. Well, good. Perfect. That's why I'm here. I'm here to be the calm. Wolves are deeper and younger. Yeah. Wolves handled us pretty good. Let's see. After the Luka trade, everyone will be checking what they are drinking while out at dinner with Pelinka effects. You're not wrong there. I know LeBron and the Celtics having all of that versatility. 3-and-D guys, stop with the BS. That's a contender every year. Yeah. Look at the way, buddy Tyler, Luka will be Laker for the next 11 years. Yes. And I love it. Like I said, he's not going anywhere. Like I'm not worried about him leaving. He'll sign that 3-year extension, and then we're good. I'm willing to give the Jazz AR and Rui for Kessler. I would essentially give them whatever they want for Kessler, honestly. I mean, Kessler's young enough. I mean, you could have him for the next 12 years, right? Let's see. Trade AR for Herb Jones. Trade for Thibault and absorb his contract in the MLE, assuming LeBron takes the pay cut. Trade Gabe, Maxey, and a swap for Claxton. Sign Capella and Malcolm Brogdon. I wouldn't mind some of that. Thibault's like a serviceable 3-point shot away from being like one of the premier 3-and-D like guard wings in the league. Let's see. Cam Johnson's cool. What's his money? I think he's 23 million off the top of my head. Something like that. Cam Johnson contract. I want to say it's 23 million. next year. But I could be wrong. It is. Oh no, it's actually less. It actually drops. It's 20.5. It was 22.5 this year. Yeah, so it goes to 20.5 and then back to 22.5. So that's weird. It like usually like they drop but yeah, so he's actually 20.5 million, which is actually very reasonable. Very reasonable. How about the players working on their craft? I mean, they should be doing that every offseason, but there's just some guys that no matter how much they work, just never are able to do the things that they need to do. Ellie Ford coming out $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Hey Tyler, Nick Claxton would be good on this team. Then try to sign either Nah or Prince, Reaves, Maxey, and Gabe for Claxton and Dayron. I wouldn't mind that at all. So here's the thing. So Nick Claxton, yes. I love the idea of Nick Claxton. I think the Nets are a very viable trade option. I would try to get Claxton and Cam Johnson because Cam Johnson, like I said, I literally just looked it up, is making 20.5 million. So let's just call it 21 million because Lakers have to send out more salary. And then you add in Nick Claxton, who is making what? I think he's making another 20 million. Let's look that up. Nick Claxton contract. He is making because I know his goes down every year. So he's making his actually goes it goes down next year. So 25 million. So you're talking 40. So I was actually pretty spot on earlier when I said 45 million. So you're talking like 45, 46 million. I would love to like just go get a Cam Johnson if you can. Like trade what you have to do for Claxton and Cam Johnson. Now, Dayron Sharp, I wouldn't mind Dayron Sharp. The problem is he's a restricted free agent. And you would have to sign and trade for him, which would hard cap the Lakers, which would probably not be in their best interest, especially for a guy like Dayron, right? Like if you were signing trading for, like a Miles Turner, okay, right? Like there's definitely an argument to be made there. But for a Dayron Sharp, I just think you're better off just signing a Capella or, Steven Adams or something like that. But Claxton, I think is one of the more reasonable options just because again, he's making 25 million and the Nets are going to want to blow it up, tear it down. And we know for a fact that the Nets really want expiring contracts. They really want to clear the deck. And the Lakers have enough expiring contracts to match his salary. And I also wouldn't hate another option, an alternative, right? Would be like trade for Claxton. And because you're giving a bunch of expiring and you're taking on because he makes 25 million, 23 million, and then 20 million, or just under 21 million, 20.9 million, right? I would love to see the Lakers do something where you're sending out, say, Rui and Gabe, right? Or like Rui and Kleba, and then like I don't know, like another contract, like right, whoever, right? And can you clear off like 5 million or something like that, like an extra, like can you clear off a little extra salary to maybe free up some stuff, especially if LeBron doesn't want to take a discount or anything like that, right? Free up the full mid-level and be like, hey, we're taking on all this long-term money, right? And we're giving you a bunch of expiring contracts. Like I wouldn't hate something like that if the Lakers could pull that off. I think Nick Claxton is probably the most realistic option given like, again, they want expiring contracts and he has multiple years on his deal. So I don't know how many teams would be looking to trade for him. And he didn't have like the greatest season last year, which I'm not really worried about because I also think that there were circumstances last year with him on the Nets. And I think, Lucas would make him a 15 to 20 point a game night guy. But I like his defense versatility, right? His ability to switch out, defend the perimeter, defend in the pick and roll, all of that. So, yeah, I would definitely look to do that. But again, appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for so much for the super chat. All right, where was I? I was shoot. I lost my spot. I think we're here. Yes, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't liked and subscribed, make sure you do that right now. I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Laker Nation, for Shake Milton, another guy not used in the playoffs while Reaves kept throwing up bricks. I mean, Shake Milton is really hot and cold, right? Is he a guy that could have maybe given you 18? Sure, but like I don't look at it and go like, oh, Shake Milton, like he would have been the difference, right? Shake Milton might have been just as bad, if not worse. Let's see. Miles Turner ain't coming, probably not. Y'all can have Brook Lopez. Cool to see this channel with 26K subs. I remember the Hot Pocket with hands days. Yeah, exactly. I was there, yes. And I am. I'm very thankful. I'm very blessed for the position I'm in. Nuggets can't keep getting away with it. How's his win the F does Gordon hit game winners? It's the second one, apparently, in the playoffs for him. This is the channel you want to watch if you want hope as a Laker fan. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And real knowledge, I can say he does because I also think the same. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Seriously. Like I said, or what you said, great minds think alike. Let's see. Trying to find something. It's just a lot of like LeBron hate in this chat. It's crazy. What do you think about Zeke Naji for the Lakers? I wouldn't mind Zeke Naji at all. What is he? Isn't he on, or isn't he due for? I think isn't he due for a contract, or is he like one more year? I know his. Let's see. What is he at? I think isn't he? I think he's due for a contract, or he just signed one. Oh yeah, he just signed one. That's what it was. Yeah, so he's 8.1 million next year. Yeah, I wouldn't hate that. The thing is like what are the what would the Nuggets want? All right, maybe some better depth. Najee would be fine. Like if you could get him at the right, it just depends on like what would the Nuggets want is the question. Like what would that return look like? Yeah, if we could pull that off, I wouldn't hate something. 8 million. It's a doable salary. You could trade a couple guys. You could stack a couple guys if they wanted like depth, right? I think it's gonna depend on like where the Nuggets end up, right? Like if the Nuggets like win the series and end up winning a championship or something like that, like I don't think that they're gonna do much. But if they like end up losing, right? And losing in like 6 or something like that to like Minnesota or to OKC, then I think that I think they end up like making some real changes. No excuse for Rob not to get a center, in my opinion. Agreed. 1,000% agreed. There's multiple options via trade and free agency. Like you got to at least get somebody. Right? I just hope he makes the right things. Dog, why are there so many annoying rage waiters in here? Because they have nothing better to do. I'm glad I stopped by for the live stream. It's relaxing hearing Laker talk and actually know what they're talking about. Well, thank you. Again, I appreciate you stopping by here. I like every live stream, by the way. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, like I said, now that we're in the off season, I'm gonna try to stream. I want to stream. I want to get like a streaming schedule. I want to try to stream every day if I can. It's just hard sometimes, but Tyler, you got to get these trolls out of here. It's impossible. You never get rid of them, right? And even if you get rid of them, I'd spend the whole stream trying to like censor everybody. Like, let them talk, right? Like, let them. All it is to help with engagement and help the channel. And it's always the same people, right? Like people that like hate LeBron and hate the Lakers and hate me so much, they're sure in like every stream on every video commenting everything. Like the one Kevin guy or whatever, like that dude comments on every video. like it's okay. They're not haters. They're just fans in denial. That's all they are. They're just fans in denial. Lakers missed this year to get a chip. I don't know. I don't know if the Lakers would have gotten a chip this year regardless. Like, it's something that I talked about even before we got into the playoffs, right? Like could the Lakers beat anybody? Sure. But it was, like I always said, it wasn't something that I would bet on. Like, I don't trust the Lakers to beat anybody this year. Maybe if they would have gotten a center or something like that, maybe things change, but AR needs to bulk up. Yeah, agreed. Let's see. So I sometimes get nervous seeing all these comments, but we are all Laker fans here, or at least I think so. Not everybody, but a majority of them. Let's see. You think we can poke Zeke Najee from the Nuggets? Yeah, just talked about that. Yeah. Look, like I said, I think it depends on what the Nuggets how they end up finishing this postseason. Right? Like if they lose in the finals and like a tough thing, then I think that they might just like retool a couple things. But I think if they go out like bad, then I think that I could see them kind of tearing stuff down. What happened to Shake Milton? He just didn't see the court, which I don't really think Shake Milton changes much, but maybe you could have thrown him out there, see if he got a couple buckets or let's see. Exactly. LeBron ain't going nowhere. Bro, we got to trade for a Min or Sir Thompson. They're studs on defense. Dude, I would sell the farm to get any of those guys, to get either of them. But yeah, I don't see them trading them. I'd rather play some PS5. Well, thank you. I don't like Jalen Green. Dude, that guy. Dude, like Jalen Green might be the most frustrating player in the league, right? Because like there's literally games where you watch Jalen Green and you're like, dude, this guy might be the best player in basketball, right? Like, and then you watch games where you're like, okay, this guy might be the worst player in basketball. Like, it's just like he's so hot or cold. He's either like literally like Anthony Edwards out there just cooking everybody, hitting everything, and just looks pretty like ridiculous, right? Or he looks like he just like doesn't belong in the league at all. Like it's crazy. It is crazy. Heard what Rich Paul said? Yes. About the roster and not it being a contender and all that stuff. Most sane Laker fan is Tyler on YouTube that I've seen. Well, thank you. Again, I appreciate it. Sorry, trying to find something to me. It's just a lot of like LeBron talk back and forth, which I think is hilarious. Should the Lakers bring back Christian Wood? My opinion, no. I just think that they have too many other needs, right? Like that they need to resolve. And I mean, if you need to like fill a roster spot, sure, maybe. But again, like the last thing I think the Lakers need is another like 6'8" guy. I think the Lakers need like legit size, legit centers, and then legit two-way guys, right? Like if the Lakers magically pull off some like crazy trades and get 2 or 3 guys or whatever, then sure. Like I don't think like he'd probably be one of the last things I would go after. Tyler, I want Isaiah Stewart. Him and LeBron could finally settle it in the locker room. I wouldn't mind Isaiah Stewart. But again, my problem with Isaiah Stewart, he's another guy that's like 6'8". Right? Like I really want like real size. But I do like, yeah, like how you said he'll eat your face. Like I agree. Like Lakers need some dogs. Like they need some toughness. They do. Like you're not wrong. Like I agree with you. Like Isaiah Stewart makes a ton of sense for this team, but I really want some like real size. Um, how they have Chet missed those free throws because he choked and he's never been on that in that position and he choked. Um, Playoffs have been the worst case scenario thus far. It's been crazy. I mean, Celtics lost, so hopefully Celtics keep losing. I want another chip as well, but 5 years wasn't that long. Yeah, I mean, considering like like championships are so hard to win, like like obviously we all want to win every year, but you know, it's unrealistic, right? You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, and yeah, we're not that far removed. Tyler, thoughts about Yabusele, energy guy that can shoot, great small ball for the bench. I'm not against Yabusele. I think he probably goes to the Spurs because his relationship with Victor Wembanyama. But again, my problem is it's just another 6'8" guy, right? Like Lakers have so many 6'8" guys, right? Get like I'd rather get like true size, right? Like Yabusele, like at that point I would almost rather keep Rui because I think he gives you all the same stuff, but has better chemistry and I think is a better just shooter. Um, Again, one of those things where I wouldn't hate it, but Tyler, who do you want the most man for Lakers? Walker Kessler. I'm still like super high on Walker Kessler, like big time. But I don't know how realistic that is. Outside of that, center wise, I'm still not against Mark Williams if you can get him for the right trade. Jalen Duren, I'd really love. Like Lakers try to get Jalen Duren. Like the Pistons are gonna have to make some decisions sooner rather than later. They got like 3 centers that you can make an argument to start for. Right? Like, can you like even if you overpaid for a guy like that, right? Like I would love something like that. Yeah, if you could do something like that. That or a non-center would be Dyson Daniels. Uh Orlando might value Reaves high because they really need a point. Exactly. That's why, like I mentioned it earlier. I don't know if you were here, but like I mentioned it earlier, I would hit up Orlando, right? Like Orlando, Houston, like teams that need like his self shot creation and scoring and stuff like that. I would do that for sure. But Gafford, I wouldn't mind Gafford at all, especially with our buddy Nico. San Capella as Breen and Jordan Clarkson. I stay away from Jordan Clarkson. Dennis Schroeder, D'Angelo Russell, Stanley Johnson, and Jordan Goodwin. Keep Markieff Morris, Alex Fudge, and Bronny James and more. Well, we don't have Fudge anymore. Stanley Johnson is technically, yeah. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind keeping a couple of those guys. Sign Clint as a backup for $5 million. Yeah. If he's willing to take that, I would do that a million. LeBron ain't leaving. LeBron's not going anywhere. Connect Kessler is younger than Connect. Agreed. I would trade basically whatever you have to trade to get Connect or get Kessler at this point. Let's see. It's hard to find something to me. It's just still a bunch of LeBron hate. It's crazy. Lakers. Rich Paul said Lakers don't have no draft picks, and the roster is nowhere near championship roster. I mean, they have some draft picks. They don't have like a treasure trove of draft picks, but they have technically 2 firsts. They can trade either the 2031 or 2032 pick, and then they have like 5 swaps. So, and a bunch of expiring contracts, which expiring contracts will probably be more valuable come the trade deadline, but Thin Handmaid Tale after. When Boston falls apart, the Celtics can guard Luka way too well. They have to get out of the round first. It's in LeBron's best interest to sign with a team like the Cavs, especially if he has to take a pay cut. Problem is that LeBron James, like, he's not going to leave. He's not here for just basketball, right? I mean, if he just solely was looking for a place just for basketball, he never would have signed with the Lakers to begin with at the time. Right? Like, Lakers literally, like, there were several teams that made more sense for LeBron in which he could have won multiple championships. Right? His family wanted to be here. Like, his kids wanted to go to school here. His wife wanted to live in LA, and it was good for business. And he was getting at the tail end of his career. And what better place to make billions than LA, right? Especially for a guy like LeBron, right? He's not like, his family still wants to be here. Like, the moment his wife says, like, hey, I'm cool with us going somewhere else, then I think that's probably it for him. Or he retires. But I don't think that happens. I really don't. Tyler, these dudes need girlfriends. They need a couple of things. You're not wrong. But right now our path forward is still center and some 3-and-Ds. Yes, agreed. LeBron not taking a pay cut. I don't know. Don't be surprised if he does. I mean, he took a pay cut this past year. I mean, it wasn't like 20 million, but he did. It was a pay cut enough to get us under the second apron. What about bringing back Brook Lopez at this? Like, he like I don't know, father time or what, but he hit a wall this season. He started off great and then just like hit this wall and was like unplayably bad. So I don't think, like, I would personally stay away from him. Unless you're getting him for like the vet minimum, I would stay as far away from him. Yes, that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand, which is why I've just ignored all these comments. Like, LeBron has a no trade clause. So even if the Lakers wanted to trade him, they couldn't. I wish somebody loved me enough like Kevin loves you. Seriously, you're not wrong, man. Like, everyone needs a Kevin, right? Like, dude, that guy is in every live stream, every comment. That dude, for somebody that like says I'm like the worst person ever, dude, that dude loves me. Like, that guy, like, he loves me more than my kids. Like, it's crazy. Thank you, Tyler. They have no life. They either bored children or incense, who can't get no girl chilling to the balls base. Yeah. It is. I don't understand. It's just, like I said, let them talk. All they're doing is just they're not doing what they think they're doing. I used to troll Celtics live check, so I get it, to be honest. Dude, where's water is wet? Yeah, no facts. It might be a little late for him. Might be past his bedtime. Tyler is up pretty late for a Midwesterner. You're not wrong. I know it's 1 a.m, about to be 1 a.m. I'm probably gonna go like 3 more minutes. Wrap it up here in a moment. Probably do a handful more comments. LeBron is our best defender at age 40 and second best offensive option. That is crazy, bro. And he's our best defender by a considerable margin. You're not wrong. Like, he literally is the anchor of our defense, which is ridiculous. Like, to be honest, like, that shouldn't be the case, but it is, and it's like, it's crazy. Dyson Daniels, Herb Jones, Steven Adams, and Lakers in 5. I'm with it. I am with it. It's either Green is an all-star or mid. Yeah, exactly. 100%. Like, he's either like you're like, man, that's a guy you can build around, or he's like absolute trash. It's crazy. He's literally, yeah, I don't get it either. Bro, I left for like 20 minutes, came back, and you're still talking about LeBron. Yeah, it is. It's wild that people are still like, it's hilarious. I agree. You have to keep doing Finney Smith. I have a video on the Lakers show that I'm posting probably tomorrow. There we go. Sorry about that. I the my laptop died. My computer died, which is why I was gonna wrap up here in a moment. But I luckily I have my charger like right there. So here, let me do. I'm gonna do a couple more questions, and I'm gonna skate on out of here. No, no, Speedy, you lost. Definitely lost me. Let's see. Let's see. All right, I'm just gonna pick up here because I have no idea where I was at. And Embiid to the Lakers. I don't think I would touch him even if we could. Pause. Like Reaves, really good. Really bad. No middle ground. Get Levine. Now I'm not like I was big on Levine prior. I was big on Levine previously, but now I think they should stay away from Levine. Pre Luka, Zach Levine, I thought made all the sense in the world. Now I think with Luka, I don't think you need Levine anymore, personally. But I was big on Levine for a long time. With that being said, I do agree. The Lakers must move on from LeBron. I think it's time. I'm grateful for the championship, but it's time to part ways. Did anyone else lose Tyler? Zach makes more sense with Luka when LeBron retires. Yeah. And then let me see what else. Pause is insane. So if LeBron plays, then I hope James could be nice now. Reaves for Levine, I do it, especially if that's around the time LeBron is retiring, meaning we need center power depth for Levine and Luka. Again, like I said, if you could turn Reaves into Levine, I wouldn't say no to that. But I just I think Lakers need like two-way guys right now. I think I was huge on Levine, and I still really like Levine. I just think he makes less sense with Luka now. Reaves and ads for Jalen Suggs and win a car. I would do that in a heartbeat. In a second. Good night, Tyler. Thanks for the live. Yes, and that's a good spot to end it. Thank you all so very much. I'm gonna get out of here as well. Seriously, thank you all for hanging out with me. Everyone that gave me super chats, I really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Yeah, like I said, good live stream. I'm gonna try to stream probably every day. I wanted to do the streams earlier. I just got caught up in the Laker game or not the Laker game, the Nuggets and Thunder game. But I'll probably after all the games, I'll probably do a live stream. So look forward to that. I want to get a schedule. Once I can kind of piece everything together. So look forward to that. Because I want to, now that we don't have the post game streams, I gotta come up with a schedule to hang out and have conversations, have good times. But you guys are beautiful, and I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. So